Hi fellow makeup fiends and welcome to Spaceys Roundup today. I'm going to be showing you some of the products that I featured in recent hauls and telling you what I think of them. So I've got everything over here. I've got a couple of palettes to show you in this one, some lipsticks and some foundation. I don't think I've forgotten anything. And there's obviously like stuff for next month which I do keep in my tin so that I can use that through the week. I do have an item that arrived from ASOS. It was in the sale and then it had 10% off, so it should have been $12.50, but it was $11.25, and it's from NARS, and it's the only NARS thing I have. I don't own any NARS, but it's from the Andy Warhol collection, and I think this one is called Heat, and it's an eyeshadow pencil, and it's just a really beautiful teal colour. So I thought I'd quickly show you that because that is going into next month's roundup, or the next roundup that's due. So I'm going to pop that in the tin. I haven't purchased anything else recently, but I wanted to just add that in quickly today. So the things I'm going to talk about today, first of all, I'm going to get the foundation and powder out of the way. So I've got the L'Oreal Nude Magique Eau de Teinte, and this is the foundation, and this is in, what did I get it in? 100, which is porcelain. Should be able to focus on that. So this lovely little glass bottle, I think it's a 20 mils this. It is quite sweet looking, and it is very nice. You're supposed to use your fingertips. You're supposed to put your finger on the top, shake it up, and I've scraped as much as I can off there because I don't want to get a lot out. And then you just put it on your skin and blend it in with your fingers, and then you can literally feel it turning into a powder. It feels quite silicone-y. It's got that really quite nice smooth sort of feeling to it. I didn't think this was going to offer great coverage, but when I used it I was actually really pleasantly surprised. I actually got really quite decent coverage. I'm not wearing it today, but I have been wearing this quite a bit. I've got a few breakouts at the moment, so it's not really suitable for me when I've got some breakouts because I don't feel it gives me quite enough coverage. Oh sorry, I'm so sniffy. It is cold season. So anyway, yeah, this is a very nice foundation though. It feels really lovely on the skin. It does have a nice feel to it. You can literally feel it changing from the liquid to the powder, and it does leave a nice feeling on your skin. So I am very impressed with that. And it is a light to medium coverage. It's definitely buildable, so you could definitely put more than one layer on and you wouldn't feel caked. Yeah, so it's a really good foundation in my opinion. It's definitely something I would more lean towards when my skin is a little bit healthier. I've got some breakouts at the moment because I'm on a healthy eating plan, and when I change my eating, my body always has a bit of a rage against the change in a way, and I do have a few breakouts, so I do have some lumps and bumps down here, which I hate. I really hate it. So anyway, it's really good though, so I like this. And also from L'Oreal, I got the Nude Magique BB powder. Now when you look at this, like on the site, it looks like the powder must be white, but it's not. It's just, I don't know why they didn't do a clear lid for there. But that is the colour of the powder. I got mine in the lightest colour, which is, I actually can't see the shade anywhere, but this is fair or light. It's the lightest shade because I'm very pale. So that's the powder in there, and then this part flips up and you've got your mirror on the lid, and then you've got your powder puff in the bottom. This is a lovely powder, I have to say. It's just very, very silky, feels lovely on the skin. I feel like this isn't as soft as the Gosh one, so I feel like this will last longer than the Gosh one did because that's running down really fast, to be honest. So we'll have to give this a go, and I'll use this as much as I can and then see whether this happens with this like I did with the Gosh. But I have actually used this a lot and I really love it on. It does give like a velvety sort of matte sort of finish to your skin, and I did feel like it was long lasting because I put this on and I didn't need to touch up during the day, so I thought that was quite good, and I felt like it really did help my makeup stay on quite nicely. So yeah, I really like this. It's a really nice little powder. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you some MAC lipsticks. Very exciting. I've worn all of these multiple times because, you know, that's basically all I wear usually. So I've got Just a Bite, which is a satin. And that's this one here. Beautiful, beautiful red colour. I will do swatches of the lipsticks. That's it there. It does look like a vampire's bite, doesn't it? Like that perfect red. This is a gorgeous colour. I love this. I've worn this a couple of times. I think it's a really pretty colour. It's something that borders between, it looks brighter on camera than it is in person. It actually borders between a very deep red and a bright red. So it's like, it's not bright, it's not dark, it's somewhere in the middle, which is great because I really enjoy wearing that colour. So I've really enjoyed wearing that, and I do love satins. They're a really lovely finish. The next one I'll do, which is similar in colour, is Viva Glam 1, which was a re-promote. And this is a beautiful colour too. This is slightly different. I hope it's going to come up. Yeah. You can just, it's so difficult with swatches on the camera. This one's actually a matte colour, and it is actually deeper than this one. Hopefully you can see this is more of a cherry tone. Excuse the really badly chipped nails. This is more of a cherry tone than this one. This is actually absolutely beautiful on. It's so long lasting. I am in love with this colour on the lips. It just looks totally amazing. So I'm really excited to have that one in the collection. The next one is a Luster. I'm wearing it today. It's called Feed the Senses. I'm totally obsessed with this lipstick. Look at that. How amazing is that colour? It's the perfect pink colour for me. And that's it there. And it's got a lovely sheen to it. But it's just a beautiful pale pink. And I really love it. I'd zoom in, but I don't like my spots at the moment. So, yeah. But it's really beautiful. Really like that one. Not so long lasting on the lips, though. Lusters don't tend to be. Then I've got some retro mattes. I've got Fixed on Drama, which is just a stunning, beautiful colour. I'll do this one above. That's it there. It's really, really dark. Really beautiful, long lasting on the lips. Love this one. It just looks so, I don't know, really sumptuous and glamorous on. Really like it. It's just one of those really deep, beautiful red, pot berry sort of reds. It's just, oh. As you can tell, I love that one so much. And the last one is Flat Out Fabulous. That's the colour there. Really, really beautiful pink. This is, I don't have anything quite like this, but I think that's possibly because it's a matte. That's it there. It's a really beautiful bright pink, but it's kind of a muted bright pink, if you know what I mean. It's not like in your face, totally bright. It has the bright colour, but without being too out there. Really, really pretty colour. Oh, look at that. I just love that colour. I love these two colours. These are retro mattes from the retro matte collection. I wish I'd got Steady Going, but I couldn't afford it at the time and I kind of missed out on that one. But I'm hoping they're going to re-promote that one because Steady Going is just really lovely. But I really do love these two colours. Though these were the two that spoke to me the most from the collection. I do love my dark lipsticks, but then I do like to wear a bright pink at times. So it was really worth investing in. And the retro mattes just last ages on your lips. They last such a long time. And I wore this for work, and I did get a compliment on this particular colour because it's just so beautiful. Okay, so that's the few things I'm going to talk about. I've got 3 palettes to talk about. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Antonio Lopez one. And this one is just the 6 Eyes Teal. Love the artwork on the front of this. Really reminds me of Gem and the Holograms. Don't know why, because it kind of doesn't resemble, well, kind of resembles Kimber, but it just really reminds me of that. So, Sex and Disco, Colourful Life, Freshwater. Along the bottom you've got Night Train, Sketchbook and Fashion Legend. So, I don't have a lot of these kind of things from MAC as such. I do like the single eyeshadows and I have the quads and stuff, but not this kind of format. These are not huge. When I first got it I was like, oh, that's a little bit small, but it's actually really quite compact and it is just really pretty. It is a really nice compact. Came with a little applicator which I took out of there, but the colours in this are actually really nice. The standout colours for me, of course, are these two. They are really, really beautiful. This one here, which does take a little bit more swatching. When they're on the skin, they're so worth it. Look at them, they're so beautiful. I don't know why I didn't have Freshwater in my collection anyway. This silvery colour is actually really nice. I use that like as a highlight more than anything. You're not going to see it too much. It's really nice. It's different for a highlight. And then across the bottom, you've got these 3 lovely colours. I mean, you can see they are just really nicely pigmented shadows. And that's them there. They're really quite dark, but they do a really nice smoky sort of eye. The other day I did use this one. I forgot the name already. Colourful Life. I used Colourful Life, and I used this one, which is Sex and Disco, and then I used a little bit of this, which is Fashion Legend. Yeah, so you can't really see too much of the swatches here, but this is kind of a black sort of charcoal colour. Then you've got like sort of a browny green, and then on the end is like sort of a, I don't know, a pewter, charcoal, silvery black sort of colour. I'm really bad at describing colours, but that comes to me as like a really dark sort of shiny sort of grey, almost like a slate colour. I hope that makes more sense than what I just said. Okay, so I think the shades in here are really pigmented. They actually do go on your eye a lot better than they tend to swatch, which I do find that happens with MAC shadows sometimes. Sometimes people will swatch it and they'll be like, oh, it doesn't swatch so well, but actually when you put it on, it really does look really good. So yeah, I think they're really beautiful. The dark colours are really interesting. I really like that sort of murky darkness that's got a hint of a colour to it. And of course these two colours are my standout ones in the palette. So yes, I absolutely love this, and I've actually used this a number of times already, so I'm actually pretty pleased that I got this. When I first opened it, I wasn't sure that I was going to use it a lot and I was going to send it back, but I've actually reached for it a number of times, and I was in a hurry the other day for work and I didn't have time to do my eyes, so I just popped this in my makeup bag and I actually used this at work, and it was great because I could use it, and I actually put I used some of the colours as liners under and on the eye, so it was really, really useful, and it's got quite a nice little sized mirror in there as well. So I love this palette. The next palette is a huge hit. It's from Sigma. It's the first palette I've had from them, and it's the Creme de Couture palette. I love this. It's only Diddy, but I really quite like the size. I would have liked it if it was a bit bigger, I'm not going to lie, because the colours in here are so beautiful and stunning. Look at them. Now I actually did a look with this and I tipped it, I loved it, but when I looked the footage back, I'd actually missed a little gap in the eyeliner, and that's because I wasn't using my magnifying mirror to make sure that I did it properly. I just used a standard mirror. So I'm really sorry about that, because I love the look, and I actually used Mere Lemon. I forget the names of some of the other ones. Blueberry Cream, and I used Blue Chocolat. So I used those three colours, and the look was amazing. I really, really loved it. But I have used this this palette the other day in my 13 Days of Horror in the Pumpkin Spice tutorial. So you can see some of these colours in that, and I promise I'll do some more looks of these because these colours are just so beautiful. They're really, really pigmented. Just to show you, look at that. That is just touching it. And it's just, oh, it's just so beautiful. The colours in here are, wow. I'll show you one more. I really love this colour. That's us too. Really, really beautiful colours. So I definitely want to experiment some more with this. But the shadows are, they don't have too much fallout. They're not like really powdery. They're actually really quite creamy and buttery. So they apply really well. A little goes a long way. So I feel like that this palette would probably last quite a while, because the shadows just, you just get an amount on your brush and it just seems to just go such a long way on your eye. So I'm really, really impressed with them, and I would definitely get more Sigma shadows in the future. Then the last thing in this video is the Urban Decay Vice 2 palette. Of course, I love this. It's Urban Decay. I have a thing about Urban Decay palettes. I have a huge amount of them now. And I've got Vice 1, and yeah, this is really beautiful. Now, Vice 1, I do reach for this quite a bit, to be honest. It has some absolutely stunning colours in here, but this has, I would say, more bright colours and a bit more glitter to it than Vice 2. I mean, there's nothing as beautiful as that particular colour. Look at that. This colour is just amazing. And as you can see, a little bit of that goes a long way. That's an incredibly buttery shadow as well. That one, of course, is called Shell Shock. It's definitely the standout colour in the palette for me. It's so beautiful. So there are only a couple of colours in here that aren't quite as pigmented as the rest, and they do need a little bit more work with. There are a lot of quite murky sort of colours, I would say, in here. So if you prefer to go for something that's a bit more muted and you don't want to go for the super bright colours, this is definitely the palette for you. You've got your lovely neutral colours that are really pretty. You've got some lovely metallics. You've got a couple of mattes, not many though, but a lot of people prefer more of a satin shadow, I think. I have only recently got into matte shadows myself, and I do still prefer satin shadows. I like a little bit of a shimmer, but it's just it's a beautiful palette and I've used it quite a lot. Yeah, so yeah, I love this and I think it's a definite makeup investment. I know that it seems quite a lot of money. I actually got mine when they had 10% off. So I think it was 42 and I got mine for £37 something, which was really, really good value. But it's worth it. It's worth every penny because you get in here, you do get 20 shades and you get also a brush which is a double-ended brush. Now I really like the brushes. It's probably not at hand, it's probably in the cleaning pile because I use the Urban Decay brushes so much. They are really, really nice. So I'd highly recommend this. It's got everything that you need. Neutrals, jewels, metallics, really gorgeous, and I can't rave enough about this. So that's it for today's Spaceys Roundup. Now coming up in next Spaceys Roundup, oh, I missed something out of Spaceys Roundup. I do apologise. Let me grab it. Okay, so what I did forget was a single shadow from Sugarpill in Bulletproof, which is black. Beautiful black matte colour. Really lovely. Now, people were swatching this and saying, oh, it's not very pigmented, it doesn't swatch very well, it's not very good. I have to disagree. I've used it on a tutorial that's going up today for 13 Days of Horror. That's just touching the colour. You can't tell me that that is not a decent pay off just from touching it. And that is swatched next to Shell Shock. It is an incredibly stunning black. If people have it and it's not very pigmented, then there's something the matter with the shadow, because unless they've changed the formula and this is a newer, you know, a newer sort of run of this colour, it's stunning. Look at how dark it is. It's just, oh, I absolutely love it. And look at those two together. I'm definitely quite inspired to use those two colours together now. Yeah, so I really, really love this, but I love Sugarpill eyeshadows and I can't wait for the next collection to come out because I think there's another 4 coming out. So that's really exciting. So that's it for now. I'm going to love you and leave you and see you all soon. Bye.